Hello, welcome to Prequel, Sequel, Requel, the show where we pick a film and give it a prequel, a sequel, and a requel with a panel of comedians for you this evening. Now, tonight's movie is Super Mario Brothers, the Bob Hoskins classic based on the video game. So first of all, I'm going to bring our lovely panel in this evening. First of all, we've got Eddie French, our regular here. Here he is. Oh, well, I thought he were here. Here he
Sorry,
is.
I just came up out of a pipe. It's me, Eddie.
Good, that. Very good.
I'm doing Mario. What I'm doing is I'm getting the audience prepared by reminding them of loads of stuff from Mario games that definitely appear in the film Super Mario Brothers.
Good, good. I'm glad you did that. I'm good, thank you. How are you? All right?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah. I, aside from having had to spoil my week by watching Super Mario Brothers, really good.
Well, there's a lot to talk about tonight with this one, so let's get the rest of our panel.
First
of all, we got Natalie Smeaton. She's coming in. Here we go.
Hello.
How are you doing? You all right?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, really well.
Good.
Yeah, I've had a lovely week. Like Eddie, spoiled by having to think about Super Mario Brothers movie, but all in all, it's been a lovely week. Yeah.
Cool. Very good.
How are you?
Okay. Thank you for asking so much there, Natalie. You know, you always do. I'm all right. I'm good, thank you. Very good. Excited tonight, though, because we've got a special guest coming in this evening. We've got a very special guest. It's a comedian who usually hangs about Manchester way and does lots of entertaining over that way and then comes across the border as well to entertain over this side of the woods in Leeds.
But nowadays, we're post-geography now, so it doesn't matter because we're all online.
That's very true. That were right in a big build. I was just building it up. I'm going to have to build it up again. It's a fantastic comedian, Jade Fernley, this evening. Jade, how are you?
Hey, I'm sorry I look so puffed out. I had a mushroom.
Hey. Yes, there she is.
Yeah. I can't think of one. I had a coin.
You had a coin, did you?
I jumped and grabbed the coin.
Yeah.
Are you doing some of that extreme busking?
I am, yeah. I am.
They fling the coins in the air and you leap to catch them.
I mean, they couldn't have had that in the movie, could they? We'll talk about the movie in a sec, though, obviously. First of all, thanks for everybody watching on Facebook as well this evening. Hopefully we've got some people who know what the score is with this show so far. Basically, we pick a movie. We pick Super Mario Brothers tonight. All our lovely panel here are going to give the film a prequel, a sequel, and a requel, which means a reboot or a reimagination, whatever they want to do with it, they can do. We'll vote on each round to find a winner of each round, and you can comment on it as we go on Facebook Live. We'll see all your comments in here, and we'll crack on that way. But before all that, I'm going to read you the back of the box for Super Mario Brothers. This is how they sold Super Mario Brothers, the movie, to you back in the day. Are you ready for this?
According to Mario.
It's a good one, this one. Are you ready for this? Okay.
I'm excited.
Buckle up and hang on tight. The discovery of a parallel universe launches you into the adventure of a lifetime. Mario and Luigi, two wacky plumbers, undertake a daring quest to save a princess in Dino Hatton, a hidden world where the inhabitants evolved from dinosaurs. Mario and Luigi face deadly challenges from a diabolical lizard king and must battle giant reptilian Goombas, outwit misfit thugs, and undermine a sinister scheme to take over the world. Blast off for non-stop excitement with Super Mario Brothers, the live-action thrill ride that dazzled moviegoers everywhere.
Okay, two things. One, no, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Do you think this is where David Icke got all his ideas from? Lizard Kings, Goombas. Yeah. He was clearly watched it and it's disturbed him so much.
He was the only person. He was the only person who watched it at the cinema and then went right.
Yeah, he was.
Well,
yeah,
I was going to say dazzled cinema audiences equals lost $10 million between how much it cost to make and how much it took at the box office. That's dazzling, apparently.
I mean, that's just lying, isn't it? That last bit. How dare they put that on it? It's just like.
Yeah, you know what though? Sometimes dazzling, like like when you're driving and you're dazzled and then you're driving.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe they meant dazed. Days movie goes everywhere.
Yeah, such a thin line. It's like the copywriter who wrote that probably wrote it and then walked over to their 10th story window, opened it, and just walked straight out. Just like, I've wrought a lie upon the public.
Yeah.
I must die for this.
I quit.
I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh dear. Let's say a quick hello to some of our people who are in already. We've got Bob, our old friend Bob.
Hello, Bob. You all right?
Hi, Bob. He's got a question for us straight away. What is the most common coloured toilet paper in France?
Go on, Bob. Tell us. Go on.
He's not put a punchline. He's just put sound lag. Anyway.
Yeah, so
Thanks, Bob.
Bob's been drinking from nice and early during the day.
Yeah, good chat, Bob. Good chat.
It's the kind of stuff we get. I don't know. We got our old friend Roberto as well coming in. Daniel Mercer, program with the people. So crazy. He's on the telly. I wish it were on telly, Roberto. It won't be online. I'll tell you that. We'd be on telly box, won't we? Do you watch it on YouTube?
So no one can watch us there as well.
Yeah. Always saying on telly. Edward.
Yeah, Edward.
I literally didn't do an Italian accent.
These are the kind of
Bob Hoskins.
Yeah. What's your name? Mario.
Mario.
No, I mean your surname. Mario. Your name's Mario. Yeah, Mario.
If anybody's watching tonight who's got any kiddies with them, tell them to go to bed because there might be a bit of bad language. We've got to put our disclaimer at the start. There probably will be some bad language.
It's 8 o'clock. Come on.
Yeah, get him in bed. We're not on before watershed. Right then, we're ready to get cracking. Tonight, our audience on Facebook as well, we want you to give us a new film based on a video game. So have a think about that as we go as well. You can leave your comments on that. We'll deal with that at the end. But first of all, we're going to go straight on to our prequels this evening. So Super Mario Brothers prequels. So get your prequels ready. I'm going to start with Eddie this evening. I'm going to put you a minute on the clock. You get a minute to picture your Super Mario Brothers prequel.
All right.
Are you ready? We'll just go straight.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Thank you. Yes.
Away you go.
In downtown Cooperville, small Bertha is born to Big Mike and Big Sarah, a pizza delivery man and go-go dancer, respectively. They are part of the rebellion ever since the Queen sent the princess through a dimensional portal to the place where people evolved off of some monkeys. When small Bertha grows up to be medium Bertha, she starts to be used as a messenger for the rebellion. Given her spiky clothes and skill as a pneumatic boot pilot, after nearly getting caught, she decides that she needs to give this up and decides to run a club as a front to fund the rebellion. But instead of appearing as the manager, she takes on the disguise of being the latex bondage bouncer, Big Bertha.
Okay. So ties directly into the film.
Yeah, I thought I would make an effort in making a story where the makers of the Super Mario Brothers film made none.
Right, okay. So this is your chance to ask Eddie some questions, Jade and Nat, whatever you'd like to put him on the spot about his movie. So whoever's got one, go first. Whatever.
Well, go on, Jade. You can go first if you've got one.
Thank you. Did the monkeys was that a reference to how Mario originated in the first place with Donkey Kong?
No, because in the film, I don't know if you caught the staggering amount of scientific lore that was put into the film. They said that there was a divergent dimension where there's our world where Mario, and Luigi Mario are from, and we're descended from apes. If you believe that kind of nonsense, obviously. Whereas in the other worlds, they're descended from the dinosaurs, hence why they're a bit more lizardy. However, I am entirely willing to put in a Donkey Kong origin tie-in because...
well, hang on. Let me do mine first.
I see, right. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ignore the larger lore and focus mainly on Big Bertha.
Big Bertha.
Out of deference to yours.
Okay. Very good. Nat, have you got a question for Eddie?
Yeah, I do. I do have a question. I want to know what the other strippers' names are in Big Bertha's club. Because if she's a Big Bertha, what's everybody else? Do you know what I mean?
She's a bouncer, but...
what are the strippers called? Because they used real strippers. We know this after watching the thing. But
And there was quite a lot of sexually explicit material filmed and then cut out of the film. So it was nearly like a Caligula kind of setup where you had actors making a film and then some other people making pornography to just push together and make a dirty movie based on a thing to entertain children. But well, there's like in the Mario games, there's the Hammer Bros who throw hammers. Those are the Mama Bros or Mama Sisters, and they just fling their tits at you like the Mama is. So there's the Mamas.
Can they take them off?
Oh yeah, they take them off. They fling them sort of 3 like pixel blocks in front of you, and if you jump on one, you get its powers.
Oh, what powers would that be?
Lactation, largely, and distraction as well. If revealed, basically, you've got distraction and lactation.
Yeah, not at the same time. Hopefully,
that's the name of the game.
But to be honest, distraction from lactation is greater than just regular distraction.
That's true. That's a good point.
We're still a society that overall is squeamish about breastfeeding, and this film is going to go some way to tackle that problem. Because I like to put messages in my films as
wow, you feminist
and this one is about if breastfeeding is your choice, you should be able to feed your child wherever without shame.
Perfect.
Okay.
That took a bit of a turn, didn't it?
Take on the powers of a breast and distract someone by lactating at them. Because I'm intersectional about these things. And I think that's what intersectional means.
All right, let's very good. Sounds solid to me. Let's move on.
Yep.
Nat, it's your turn. You ready for this?
Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Minute on the clock. Where you go?
Okay, Super Mario Brothers prequel, Don't Trust the Fungus. Mr. and Mrs. Cooper are hard-working Tyrannosaurus Rexes in Dino Hatton, just trying to pay the rent. Their slum landlord has let their apartment become run down, and it is damp and infested by fungus. Fed up of the government allowing the landlords to get away with this, they decide to form a resistance movement called Society for Hurt and Injured Tenants Making Overt Violent Incidents Everywhere, which ironically is an acronym for shit movie. They rise up to get tenants' rights and become a splinter organisation who sabotage local governments and landlords' property and landlords' meetings until Mr. Cooper's son decides that the organisation isn't doing enough, creates an army, overthrows the government and takes over Dino Hatton. He then discovers the meteor and the other world and becomes obsessed with taking them over too. Generations later, the Cooper guy in the movie that we now have finally tracks down the missing piece and decides to do what his ancestor wanted to do and steal it to merge the two worlds.
So another one tying directly in. Very good. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, questions. Jade and Eddie, have you got questions for Nat?
I just wanted to know if you're doing that thing where if you don't like the movie, you immediately take the side of the bad guy and decided that you're going to paint him in like a really sympathetic, and that it's actually, if you looked at it closely, you'd realize that the fungus king is actually the bad guy and the Cooper is the good guy. Sent mad by how good he's trying to be.
Well, clearly history is written by the victors. We all know this. And I think that since the end of the Super Mario Brothers movie, when they defeated the Cooper fella, they've clearly just given him a lot of bad press. There's been a lot of bad propaganda. I just, it all started from the oppression of people and the fact that fungus was taking over their apartments. And I don't think you or anybody else can argue about that, Eddie. Okay?
Do you know what? I was just checking because I think that's a perfectly solid reason to do that. But yeah,
just
fine.
don't spout like stuff from the government because it's not true. I'm fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the government are in charge of stuff.
That's what you think.
What do I say every week about I'm making these shows political? Come on, there's enough of that going on in the world.
I literally said the government is in charge of stuff, and Chris's politics alarm goes off in his head.
Or would he go, woo? Would he go,
Just once a week, we just want to have a bit of fun and not talk about the crisis. Anyway, Jade, have you got a question for Nat?
Yeah, and it's actually, the question is, did you mean to make that prequel so political and so like, because it is quite political, and when you then sort of leak into the next one, the actual film, I don't know if the direction you went in for the prequel is the same as the one in the film, but I prefer the prequel, of course.
I mean,
suggesting there might have been a tonal shift.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that you finding the prequel is more exciting, and I would film it in a grittier, the way that the Super Mario Brothers film was originally written, which is supposed to be grittier. It would be filmed like that. But you mean, maybe what I'm doing is spreading the message now, so that in 10 years' time, when there's fungus in everyone's apartment, they'll remember this, and I can lead the resistance.
Listen to the Queen over here. I don't have fungus in my one's apartment.
I'll have overthrown the Queen by then.
With any luck.
Okay, right. Cool.
Chris shifts himself on his Elizabeth Regina II cushion and carries on.
I just thought she's not going to be around much longer. I didn't want to say, what I mean?
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I didn't want to bring that. I didn't want to bring it down, but now you forced me into the corner.
I take your point. Yeah.
She's not going to be around. You're not going to have to worry too long if you're bothered about her.
Fair. No, that is fair.
Bless her. Right then, cool. Okay, we'll move on. Jade, it's your turn for your prequel. I'll put you a minute on the clock. Don't really mean a lot this minute, I'll be honest. Just do it how long it wants. Anyway, it's just a bit of a thing. Right then, you ready for this?
I am.
Away you go.
Mario is a young man working in a warehouse. To support him and his little brother Luigi, Mario is largely unfulfilled and spends his days shipping boxes. One day he sees a box with a large and curious question mark. He opens it, and inside it is a green pipe. He climbs through it, and he finds a fuck ton of coins. He puts two and two together, and he realizes that plumbing is where the money is. He quickly begins an apprenticeship, all the while he's saving the town he lives in from a rogue monkey throwing barrels about.
Right, cool. Okay. Right, questions then? Eddie and Nat, have you got questions for Jade?
I've got so many. Hang on. Do you want to go first, Eddie, or do you want me to go first?
I was just going to say, is he, in this one, is he still going by Mario, or has he yet to change it from his original name, Mario Jumpman?
He's yet to change it. Like, it changed in the film, but it's a little tiny subplot. It didn't need including,
Well, because everybody thinks that he's Italian, but he's actually Mario Jumpman, which actually makes him Jewish, which is interesting.
That's true.
A really, really unusual little snippet of information.
Where did you find that? Where did you learn that from?
In Donkey Kong, the character is called Jumpman. In the original Japanese release, when it was called Monkey Kong instead of the reason it's called Donkey Kong is because they mistranslated Monkey Kong and just called it Donkey Kong, and then went, yeah, all right then. And Mario was called Jumpman, and I heard that Natalie has got a waifu pillow of him, and any time Nat's got some spare time, she's proper rubbing one out about Mario.
All the time. I make people around me. I make people around me wear fake mustaches.
If you just join us, welcome to Prequel.
Everyone who works in my shop has to wear a fake mustache. That's how deep it's getting. Yeah. But that's not my statement. I just floated a statement there, just for you, Chris. I have quite a lot of questions. I'm going to be honest. Good ones though. So, which warehouse was he working in, and what was in the boxes? Boxes of what? Other than the pipe one, obviously.
Well, it was like I think at first he knew what warehouse he was working for, but I think the lethargy and the jadedness he had about the whole thing just made him go, "Where do I even?" He just shows up to the back of it, doesn't see the front, just shows up at the back, does the box stuff. But there was that one just very strange box that wasn't meant
just
to be
appealing to him.
Yeah.
Also, is a fuck ton an actual measurement? How much is that in coins? Like,
it's just over an actual ton. So if you thought a ton was ever, you want to pick up a fuck ton.
It's like, fuck, that's a ton. But actually, it's a fuck ton.
It's twice as much as a shitload.
Yeah, it is. True.
Yeah. Okay, and then just finally, did the monkey that was attacking the town, did that come out of the pipe? Did that follow him back, essentially?
No, he was always a low-level threat that the government were keeping hushed up. But then he just burst onto the scene and he's just giving it like all sorts with barrels.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You may disappear next week now because the government wouldn't have wanted that out, Jade. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we just got a comment from Roberto saying it's weird. Roberto, you come in here every week, Roberto, and you're saying this is weird. What you just pick this week to say that?
You've heard some of Phil's pitches. This is nothing.
He's still going to vote for you, Cat.
Yeah. Right then. Cool. Okay. So that's the prequel. So what we're going to do now? It's voting time. So I'll give you a quick recap of everybody's prequel.
Can we just make a statement? Jade, I'm warning you, these recaps are usually nothing like the actual description you just gave. Just throwing it out there. Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry, Chris.
That's all right. Thanks for setting me up for a fall there. So Eddie's was about Cooperville with small Bertha. She organizes a rebellion and then she works as a latex-covered bouncer. So it ties into the original film.
Yeah.
That's about right, isn't it? Pretty much.
Sure.
Nat's was don't trust fungus. I've put Cooper mum and dad. They've got a resistance movement that's got an acronym of shit movie. Cooper's son takes over and it rolls into the original film. Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah. And Jade's was Mario as a young man works in a warehouse. He's supporting his younger brother Luigi. He's shipping boxes. He finds a box with a question mark. He opens it, and there's a fuck ton of coins in there. Or it's a green pipe.
No, the pipe, and then there's the coins.
Yeah, pipe, then coins. And then there's a rogue monkey, Donkey Kong, who was a government secret. There you go. Got through it. Right, okay. So it's time to vote. So vote online, and we'll see them in the room, and we'll vote as well ourselves. So vote for whoever you thought was your favourite.
I'm going to vote for Jade, I think.
Yeah, me too. I like the idea.
I just think the phrase "fuck ton of coins," Jade's going to get my vote as well. Yeah.
So that's 3 for Jade. So Jade, who are we voting for?
I'm going to vote for. Just because of how much there was talk of tits, I'm going to vote for.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I consider Super Mario Brothers to be a very sensual, erotic film.
You're not alone on your voting there because it looks like our old friend Roberto has voted for Eddie because of that. Even though he lied and said Mario is not Italian, where Bob? lot of questions, Roberto. A lot of questions tonight.
Where Bob,
with
like some kind of street thing, is like, yeah, all right, mate. Where Bob?
He's looking for Bob apparently. Where's Bob? His friend's not coming tonight, has it? Daniel Mercer's not coming tonight. Roberto's mate, so he'll probably pop in.
People's names.
I know, we know him.
I'm just wondering what happened to us.
I don't know. Right then, so Jade won the first round, the prequels. Well done, Jade. Very good. Excellent stuff. Right then, we'll go straight on. We'll crack straight on. Do you want to talk a little bit about the movie before we go on to the sequels?
What is it to talk about?
I think there's.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life to start us off. That was it's still bad.
About, man? Like, what is that? Who just done that?
Yeah, the Goombas in the game are like ankle high, and they're like 7 foot tall in this. And,
I assume the heads, right? It wasn't on the documentaries, all 5 of them that I watched. But I assume the heads, because they were mechanical, because they were made when it was, I reckon they didn't have much of a budget, so I had a load of servos and stuff, and somebody had to hold it under that giant. That's all I can think of, because there was no reason for him being that big. And when they put that guy in the machine as well and turned him, it changed all his costume as well. He suddenly came out and he had a different. You're like, what?
A musician by the name of Mojo Nixon, who's done a lot of work.
I did think that Bob Hoskins and the other guy, what was his name?
John Leguizamo.
Yeah. I actually thought they had a bit of chemistry, bless them. I did actually think.
Do you mean like chemistry, or do you just mean chemistry?
I just mean chemistry, Natalie.
You're talking about biology, Nat.
Shame.
No,
actually
would have made it more exciting.
The bits where they're like, when he's like giving him advice about women and they're like having dinner and stuff. Yeah.
We're all right.
They did seem to like get on quite well.
Did anybody like?
It wasn't a lovable drama about two Italian American brothers trying to run their own business. It was Super Mario Brothers. It should have been right.
They just saved a lot of money not going to that dimension as well, weren't they? So they just stayed in New York. Did anybody actually have any favourite bits? Were there any bit where you went, "Oh, that were all right"? I had two, I think.
I liked the scene in the club where they're dancing to that cover of "Love Is the Drug" by Roxy Music.
Right.
They're all like choreographed. That's kind of mad. That's when you most see that the guy or the people in charge wanted to make Blade Runner again, because that's the closest it got to looking like Blade Runner.
Did you have any favourite bits, Jade, on that?
I felt like I just liked how much Bob Hoskins had to hang off stuff.
He doesn't stand up very often, does he?
No, he's always like hanging on, like doing pull-ups on something, and I just think, oh, that's tight, that making that poor fella have to do that. And he was doing loads of stunts, and I was watching, like, some of them was actually hanging on to stuff, and I was like, he's wrecking.
I thought I found out on one of the things I'm sure you guys did as well, but apparently they were always drunk on the set.
You just took the words out of my mouth.
So,
I think you could tell that there were scenes in it. You could definitely see scenes in it. Where Luigi in particular was smashed. You could tell. Yeah.
What a way to make a movie. Sod it.
Because didn't he end up like Bob Hoskins' hand was broken because of the way that Luigi was driving the van on one of the scenes?
Yeah.
He took a corner too quick and too fast, and it slammed the door back into Bob Hoskins' hand, and it broke his fingers. Yeah,
and he had to wear a cast that were, coloured to like.
Yeah, that's how drunk they were.
I spent the whole time looking or trying to spot the scene when Dennis Hopper went mental, or like just sort of try and check his vibe and see if he looked like he was calming down from something, because he for 3 hours went mental at somebody about the rewrites in the script, only to the finish and the resolve just agreed to do it.
Yeah.
Mad.
I mean, there must be some footage of that somewhere, mustn't there? Somebody's still got it in a vault of him just kicking off, and they're like, "Not yet, but soon I will release this."
Sounds good. Yeah,
and wasn't there a story about the director literally dumping hot coffee on an extra?
Yeah.
And then walking away saying, "Oh, it's all right, it's only an extra."
Yeah.
Because he said they looked too clean.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah. Be a proper actor if you want respect.
I love extras.
Not
supporting artists. Supporting artists, sorry.
Background artists.
Essays. Like SAS.
Extras are just like the SAS.
They are. They go in.
That's exactly correct.
Well, they are in a way. You go in, you don't notice them.
Really?
They're in and out, and they get the job done. What more do you want?
Well, all right, yeah, fair enough. I take it back.
And then they try and talk to the person in charge, and they go, "You're fired." So I don't know if SAS do that. Maybe some SAS do that. They go in and talk to
the SAS report to their commanding officers, they don't tend to get fired.
No,
who's in charge?
They might go like if they're going to take out a bad guy, then they start talking to him. That's not good, is it? SAS.
Why?
They go in and going to assassinate somebody and just go, "Hiya, mate, you all right?" They'll be like, "What?"
You think the SAS walk in and go, "You who?"
Yeah, we got a bit sidetracked now. Sorry.
Yeah. That's what happens when we talk about films we don't like. We immediately find a segue off and start.
Oh, we had a big discussion one night. Jade, we had a big discussion one night about Bodger and Badger. Oh, when
Oh yeah, was that the Avatar week? I think that was the Avatar week.
They all hated Avatar. I didn't mind Avatar, but you all hated it. Let's not talk about Avatar. Bring that back.
No, let's not. Let's not.
Right, so let's move on to the sequels. Don't forget, if you're watching on Facebook, you can still put some comments on there for us to read out. And also, we're looking for later. We want a new film based on a video game. So maybe a video game that you used to enjoy when you were a kid. Put it down, and we'll do something with that, I'm sure, as we go on. So let's get to the sequel. So we're going to start off with Nat this time. Are you ready? I'm going to put your minute on the clock. Away you go.
Okay, so the sequel, Fungus 2.0. Daisy and Luigi are now an interdimensional freedom-fighting team for hire. Traveling between different worlds to free oppressed people for their tyrannical rulers, they do it in memory of Mario, who was killed in a freak accident while freeing the citizens of a parallel world where everyone's made of cheese. His body was never found. One day, Daisy and Luigi are called back to the cheese world, a hard job for Luigi as he loves pizza so much. When they get there, they discover it's a trap, and Mario, who didn't die, has instead gone to the dark side and become the ruler of this cheesy world. And if anyone opposes him, he grills them to death. Luigi and Daisy, after an epic battle, trap Mario and bring him back to his own dimension, where they place him in a secure facility where he can't hurt anyone or use a George Foreman grill. They celebrate with pizza. That's it.
The classic New York celebration.
Okay. Right.
Pizza, forget about it. That's what they eat.
That is what they eat. You're right, all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, go for it, Jay. Thanks for putting your hand up. So polite. None of these fuckers ever do that. I will say fuckers as well.
Right.
He's showing off in front of our guest.
Right. So now, what began Mario's terrible demise?
Well, he got stuck in a pipe in between dimensions coming out of the cheese world. And the cheese people just left him in there because he'd eaten a lot of cheese when he was in the cheese world because he got fatter. And then he got stuck in the pipe.
But that's Winnie the Pooh and you know it.
Listen, right? They left him in there. And so he was so mad at him when he fell back out of the pipe after losing a few pounds because he'd been stuck in there a few days. He just was like, you know what? I've had enough of this. I've been saving people from tyrannical rulers and lizard people for too long. I'm sick of David Icke blowing up my phone every 2 minutes telling me we're right. These people are going down. And he decided that he was going to take over. That's it. Yeah. And probably to do with the chemicals in the cheese, maybe. I don't know.
It could be argued, though, that his willingness to help people, if it was that easily shaken, was it really that strong at all?
Well, I mean, this is a nice thing for us to develop and discover together, Jade, I think, as we write this movie, if you're in. Like, obviously, it's going to be made.
Well, you got an offer there to make the film.
This is the closest we've come to making one of these films. It's the Super Mario Brothers. What the hell's going on?
Your people have to talk to, everybody's people, and their people have to discuss with their people. We can't really do anything about that on here. That's the discussion for after. Yeah. But Roberto's just told us that he likes cooking people on the grill. So
yeah. See, Roberto probably comes from that dimension. He's just not admitted.
I believe you, Roberto. I believe you.
He's so sure he's put it twice. Just put the same thing twice. What's wrong with you, Roberto? And then his friends come in, Martin, Cameron, hello, Martin.
Play Ya Ding Dong.
Play Ya Ding Dong.
Play it.
We can't
Please tell
really
me you've seen the Eurovision movie.
Yes.
Have any of you seen the Eurovision movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
It's good. It was good. Yeah. But we haven't got the facilities to play a song from a different film in here, Martin. I do apologise for that.
Martin arrived to share one of the most up-to-date pop culture references that he knows, which is very sweet. Thank you for joining in, Martin.
Thanks, Martin. Right, cool. Okay.
Sorry, I just want to speculate here. I bet that around the late 90s, no one could ring Martin up without him going, "What's up?" I just get that feeling.
Maybe so, but without him telling us, we won't know, will we?
No,
have
I
you
don't
got?
want to know. I want to speculate. But yes,
We'll
do
see.
carry
He
on.
might tell us. He might tell us if we
He might.
keep looking those comments. Have you got a question for Nat, Eddie? Did you get you got your answer then, didn't you? You did get your answer, Jade. Then.
Oh yeah. I feel.
Chris, we're making it.
Yeah, I just
We're
wanted
making the movie,
just wanted to make
Chris.
sure. I don't want anybody to not get their answer they wanted.
So,
I thought you might have sidelined her with promise of making the film. You know what I mean?
are you going to use any sort of dramatic or poetic irony by making Mario in his evil form possibly resemble or behave like Cooper more? You're going to sort of see it like Peter Pan at the end of.
Well,
Peter
don't you
Pan,
mean? Surely you mean Wario? That's obviously the.
Well, yeah, you'd think, but
the obvious choice.
Yeah,
you're getting further out of your camera shot, by the way, Eddie. I know that keyboard's lovely, but you keep.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, I think it might be a different Mario.
I've got a wheelie office chair, and sometimes it doesn't do what I tell
What
it.
do you think about the actual political stance of Mario in the movie? Because I think it's pretty good, really.
Yeah.
Sorry, right.
It
Keep
could
going.
be.
So Wario, Wario.
Is there an evil
He's
version
not
of
a
Mario?
Democrat, I imagine, but beside the point. Sorry.
I'm not a gamer at all. I don't do games. So is there an evil version of Mario that he could become?
There is.
Wario, yeah.
Called Wario.
Okay. Let's make him Wario then. That's a stupid name. You'd probably be angry just because it's a stupid name.
Yeah.
Well, the evil version of Luigi is called Waluigi.
That's really stupid.
Yeah.
They weren't even trying. Come on.
No.
Come on. Were they drunk?
I mean, kids buy video games. Don't have to try that hard.
Wow,
they
Luigi.
don't actually. Parents buy the video games.
Wario got his own games as well. He was actually quite popular.
Oh, I had Wario's
Mario
Island on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Wario's Island on the Game Boy was really good. But although Nintendo never drop the prices of their games, even when they've been out for a while, so it's only parents who buy them because kids can't afford them.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Allegedly.
No, it's true.
I don't think
now.
that's
Still
Nintendo.
£1 billion, you know.
Oh, Switch is new though. You can get like Wii games
Not
for
that
like
new.
£3, can't you? You can get Super Mario Wii.
Second hand you can, but not new.
Anyway.
I just don't know enough about games to know what.
We've lost all that Nintendo endorsement now that we're going to come through. We're going to get loads of games sent.
Oh, sorry, someone's at the door.
You don't need anybody at your door to do that. You do it anyway. Right, well, let's move on. So, Jade, it's your turn next for your sequel to Super Mario Brothers. I'm going to get you a minute on the clock. Are you ready?
I think so. One of the references is going to be lost on Nat because she just said she doesn't game. She's never played this before. But
That's
let's
all
go.
right. Away we go, Gorman.
Daisy rallies Mario and Luigi on a new adventure. You're never going to believe this. That's how it ends at the end. She says, and she's right. The sun has come to life and it's livid. It's terrorizing the other dimension. Daisy explains this on the way to do it, but is quickly killed by a flying turtle, which actually looks more like a boglin with the wings of an urban pigeon. Mario and Luigi need to find and fight the root of all this madness. Turns out it's Wendy Cooper, Cooper's protege. She's trying to lure Mario and Luigi into her lair to enact revenge. She's using Daisy's best friend, Princess Peach, as bait. In the finish, Mario has a massive, blazing big fight with the sun, in which he flies up to it by getting a feather. Right? And then as soon as he's up there, he quickly lets himself get hit by the sun to lose the feather, and then he activates the fireball thing, and he fights fire with fire, and it just so happens it works, and he destroys the sun.
Cool. Wow. Okay. I'm just making my notes there. Okay, right, cool. Questions then, Eddie, and Nat on that one.
I would like to know if there are any ramifications at all for the fact that he's destroyed the sun. Like, he's destroyed the fucking sun.
He
Does he
did.
get into trouble? Does he go to prison? It's the sun.
Well, what he did afterwards was he battered it with fire, didn't he? Which took the evil out.
Right.
So he doesn't destroy the sun, just the
So he
evil
sort of
part of the sun.
exercises-
What is the
sun.
evil possession within the sun?
Ah.
And then
So
there's
the
some
sun was
fact that it's
possessed.
just this object again that's safe and not trying to harm anyone.
Mhm.
Was he protected by a very strong SPF?
It was, yeah.
I feel that's very important.
Yeah, he definitely was.
And will that be a
Well-
product placement in your movie? Sorry, Eddie.
No, it's all right. I didn't know you'd finished. Do continue.
It depends if Saint-Tropez cough up.
Right. Okay. Yeah, good. All right. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know.
Magic.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I was going to ask if you're the oldest sibling, do you get to watch it with Mario? But if you're the younger sibling, you get to watch it on a slightly janky telly and have to be Luigi while you watch it.
While you watch what? Explain what you mean.
Like when you watch the film, like it was often complained that when siblings played on their NES or their SNES systems, that the official Nintendo controller would be used by the eldest child playing Mario, and then subsequent siblings would have to either watch or play as Luigi on the off-brand controller. Will this be the same experience in the cinema where the eldest sibling gets to watch the proper movie with Mario, and the younger ones have to sort of watch like a fairly sort of cheap remake with Luigi starring in it
I think
to give it that vibe?
I think yes. I think why not? Why break tradition? And
Of
if
course.
there's any rowing about it, if there's any fights about it, neither of you get to watch it.
It's going in the cupboard. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're putting the film in the cupboard and it'll play in there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's a bit of a
Good idea.
strange question there from Eddie, but yeah. Okay.
It wasn't that difficult to understand.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't hard to understand. It was just a weird question because it wasn't really about the actual content of the movie.
No, but she had the content nailed down, so I just was asking
All
about
right,
the wider experience. It's like I was basically
Well,
asking. if it's gonna
maybe
be in
start
4D
with,
or not.
as you've got the content nailed down, I'd like to
Oh,
ask this rather than confusing everybody and going, what's he on about for 2 minutes? Anyway, that's fine. You handled that well,
Be
Jade.
thankful it
though.
was only 2, my lad.
Yeah. I know. Right. Okay. Cool.
And more confusing for longer.
No further questions. Speaking of confusing for
Yep.
longer, it's your turn. Right.
It is.
So, right, your sequel. I'm going to put your minute on the clock. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Away you go.
So Daisy's arrived, saying that the Mushroom Kingdom needs help. Mario and Luigi follow her back through the portal. Instead of sort of going to the world that they know, they're actually in this sort of big rural area. There's mountains, there's grasslands, there's all sorts of waterfalls and what have you, lots of rocks and trees. And Daisy explains that her long-lost twin, Princess Zelda, needs assistance as an evil wizard called Ganon has threatened Hyrule, which is the location they're in. A young elf, an elf-looking man dressed in green, arrives and says exactly nothing. Zelda says that he's called Link. Instantly, Ganon appears, kills Mario and Luigi, and disappears again. Then Zelda, Link, Daisy, and Yoshi do cool stuff in a good franchised intellectual property instead.
Okay. Cool. Very good. Like it. Nice tie in there. So, questions from Jade and Nat. We've got an agreement, first of all. Hang on. Josh White. Hello, Josh. You all right? That was a strange question. So, a bit of backing up there for
Apparently, it made him cry.
that. Yeah.
Why did you say it? You
It was-
made Josh
it was
cry.
not-
It said
No,
so.
he's laughing at you.
Nice
laughing
gaslight,
cry.
Chris.
It's a laughing at you. Anyway, right. Questions for Eddie's tie in there.
Yes, please,
So-
Jade.
So, when you watch it, have you got to be a dickhead to watch one part of it, and then if you're not a dickhead, you watch a different part of it?
If what
Yeah,
you're
Eddie.
asking
That's
if-
interesting.
if what you're asking is Chris allowed to watch it, then the answer is no.
No further questions.
And don't think that I won't add your name to the list should I see fit. That is the most hollow, baseless threat I've ever made in my life. I hope you're happy.
I'll nip into View to watch it when it comes out. I've still got some connections.
Do you want to see my impression of Chris when my film comes on? There you go. We'll get hooked out. Got a question, Nat?
Yeah, so I didn't understand a word of that. No idea.
Oh.
What the fuck was going on? So it's just very simple question, really is. So this Zelda person that you said just appears that looks a bit like Peter Pan. So I'm assuming they're wearing tights. Do they put anything down their tights to make?
Oh, actually, that's a common misconception. You see, the main character is actually called Link. The game series is actually called Zelda. They're referring to a princess. Yeah.
Eddie, just stay with me.
Eddie, calm down.
Stay in the room.
Take a deep breath.
Does Link stuff something down his tights to make his ding dong look bigger?
Yes, yeah.
That's all I need
But
to
you
know.
have to complete one of the early dungeons.
That's
to
my
do
question. Does he stuff his tights to
That's
impress?
surely that's an upgrade, isn't it? 500 coins.
And can you get an upgrade every time so that it becomes bigger and bigger?
Every 500 coins, and by the end of it, it's more stuffing than it is Link.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just a giant penis bouncing around, killing people.
It is. With sort of just like the most stressed green material you've ever seen, just really
And
tight
he's like
over it.
Tiny little fingers and legs just sticking out from places because he's just
there's just like a
swollen
sword,
enormous...
like just hat pointing out. Yeah, he can't see. He's basically sort of goes. You go, oh, it's the final level. He goes, just roll me down the hill, and he just rolls down as part of this enormous.
I'll watch it now. I'll watch it just for that.
Phallus. Sure.
Yeah, just want to see a giant cock. Thank you very much.
Good. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, I just realised you said giant. Can't promise that.
If you go closer to the camera, it'll work its trick, I'm sure. Roberto sent us a Mario impression, apparently. I sent you it via the mail. What on a DVD? He sent the DVD out to us. We'll have to wait. The mail? Royal Mail? He's coming that.
Royal?
No,
Daily?
postman.
What, chain?
A postman is just going to walk up to us. One by one, a postman's going to come to our house and just say it at us.
Say, it's
We'll
just and then go.
We'll look for that, Roberto. Thanks for that.
Thanks,
we got Martin said, "What's up?" as well. So good. Top comments coming in tonight on this one. It's good. Right, and anyway, it's time to vote. So you've heard your sequels, so get yourself voting in. And let me give you a quick recap. So let's have a look. Sequels for Super Mario Bros. Then. So Nats was called Fungus 2.0. Luigi and Daisy travel the galaxy, basically sorting out problems because Mario died in a cheese-related death. They go to this cheese world. They find out Mario's in charge, an evil Mario, and he grills people. Is this right? Yeah. Then they manage to trap Mario and send him to a secure facility.
A secure facility. Yeah.
Is that it? That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jade's was Daisy rallies Mario and Luigi for a new adventure like the end of the movie. The sun has come to life. It's an evil sun. It terrorizes everybody. And then I've put, Daisy dies by a boggling type thing.
A flying turtle, but it looks like a boglin with an urban pigeon's wings.
Right, cool. Okay, one of them. And then Wendy Cooper, an ancestor, uses Princess Peach as bait. Mario flies to the sun using his feather, and then he drops the feather and uses a fireball instead and destroys the evil sun. Is that right? Yeah, that's pretty much it, wasn't it? Cool. Eddie's was Daisy, Mario, and Luigi go back through the portal, but it's a different area. It's a rural area. They go to Hyrule. It's the Legend of Zelda tie-in across Nintendo platforms, I guess. that kind of thing. So vote now on Facebook. We'll get those votes in here. We'll have a look at them. Let's vote in the room.
I'm going to be
I'm
really
vote for
honest.
Nat, I think.
Oh, thank you, Eddie.
Okay.
It's all
I'm
right.
going to be really honest. I didn't understand either of them because I
They're both
don't
references
do
to
stuff.
video games.
Yeah, but simply for the fact that somebody turns into a giant penis, I'm going to vote for Eddie.
Okay. I think I'm going to vote for Eddie's as well. I quite like the idea to tie it in with something else like Zelda. Why not make a bit of a Nintendo universe film like Marvel?
I mean, yeah. I mean, on a serious note, I imagine that they're toying with that idea.
Oh yeah. I think they are.
A shared Nintendo universe. That
Mm.
seems like a foolish thing to not. But anyway.
Yeah. Jade, who are you voting for?
Can I not vote for myself?
If you want. It's never happened before on the show, but you can change that tonight if you want.
No, I'm not going to fuck up the rules just for me. Eddie, I guess.
Still counts as a vote.
Yeah, he loves that. He loves it when people are enthusiastic about it because he'll still take it. Hang on, let's go to our votes online. Let's see what we've got. It's all to play for still. As I always say each week, I vote Cat. It means Nat. It means
Thanks,
Nat.
Roberto.
He puts it every time. I grill people too, but not as many as Martin Cameron. We don't know who he is. He has Basement of People. There we
Thanks,
go. Oh, there's a bit of a war going on now. Roberto, I blocked you via Facebook Mail as your rendition of Careless Whisper in the style of the you was creepy.
Oh.
Good. We look forward to our voicemail then if it's creepy. Roberto's. Jade breaks all the votes myself. I give second vote to Phil. Josh, I like Jade's. Could have a Metro cameo during the space bit. Oh, another crossover. There you go. Vote for you, Jade. For the big Smash Brothers crossover. Lovely. Thank you, Josh.
I feel
I
vindicated.
admire the notion of I do admire the notion of a Smash Brothers crossover, but that's introducing so many people at once. I'm acting like this is real. Sorry.
Eddie, stop it.
And I had to watch Super Mario Brothers as well. So I'm
Got
not.
I like it's real. I think that's it for votes. There's some people haven't voted, I don't think.
Do you know what? That's part of their democratic right as well.
Man charged with using something to kill Victor Telcott. I only wanted to rough him up a bit.
Oh, Lord.
Thanks for that, Bob. Are you voting, Bob?
Are you sure that was meant? Are you sure that was meant for this comment, Bob?
But Eddie's got a theory that Bob's actually Roberto, and I asked him, and he said no. So
Yeah,
the plot
He said,
thickens.
"No, I'm not a Roberto."
So, oh, hang on, we got another vote. Wait a minute, we got another vote last minute.
Oh, that's
So-
technically me.
That is you, link crossover. Right, so Phil's got a vote as well in that section. Apparently, Phil, you got one. Well done, you. Eddie's won that round, so Eddie's won the sequels. Well done.
Bob did
Cool.
just getting under the
he's
wire
put-
with a vote for Nat.
There we
Does that
go.
change anything?
Thanks, Bob.
No, it doesn't change it, but thank you for voting. There we go.
I did wonder.
Thanks for changing your profile back in time, allegedly. Right then, we're going to move on to Requels. Don't forget, if you're playing along on Facebook, you can also tell us any video game you used to play when you were younger or whatever, or you play now. If you're going to turn it into a film, tell us what it would be, maybe a little bit about it, and we'll have a look at them as well when we finish this. So it's time for the Requels final round. Everything to play for still. Jade won prequels, Eddie won the sequels. Now we're into the Requels, so we'll see what happens. We'll be back after this message. We won't. There's no messages. So we're on the Requels now. So let's. Roberto apparently we've got a voicemail, creepy voicemail from him going, "Hello, it's me, Roberto. I'm gonna cut your faces off and put them in pizzas." Something like that. I imagine that's what it says. So anyway,
the lotion in the basket.
Yeah. Requels. Jade's going first this time.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Are you ready? I'm going to put you a minute on.
Yeah.
Away you go.
She's ready. Look at her.
Mario is the happiest plumber there ever was. Things are going great until his wife leaves him. Her reasons are that Mario is too much of a simple life kind of man. He's got zero edge. Mario's world is turned upside down by this. Heartbroken and depressed, he throws himself harder into his work. Then one day, while he and his brother Luigi are down a pipe, they spot an unusual walking mushroom. Luigi holds it down while Mario inspects it, and it becomes clear right away that the mushroom's allure is too much for him. And he bites into it, and from that moment, the whole world around him changes. Colourful, captivating, dangerous. All the things up to now that Mario has been missing in his life. And he's massive. He quickly encounters a pink princess being captured by King Koopa. Being a decent guy, he makes it his mission to rescue her. There are a few friends made along the way, Yoshi, and enemies, literally everyone else. But through that, he finds strength and personal discovery, and he finds the courage to be the hero of the story. He rescues Princess Peach, and he steals a kiss. Suddenly, he is awoken by slaps in the face. Luigi wakes him from a bad trip. So not only has he lost his wife, but now he's got to contend with a drug dependency.
Right. Wow. Okay.
That got dark.
I know, right?
I like it. It's got a sort of Jacob's Ladder element to it. I like it.
Yeah. It just goes from bad to worse, and I apologise about that. It must speak great volumes for my own mental state.
I do.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well,
Question.
you know what, right?
Question.
If people are willing to accept that the Joker was a really good and accurate look into the mind of a person with troubled mental illness, then they'll definitely think that is the same. So yeah. Sorry, that was just my commentary.
Any questions?
Yeah, question.
Yeah. So, right, obviously, I'm assuming that he's never done a single drug before the mushroom. Is this his gateway drug then? What does it lead into? What's Mario's end drug before he dies?
So it is quite a leap into, like, I think it might even be a class B or a class A straight away with the mushrooms.
Yeah.
But he does then come back a little bit, and he might like lick a battery, or he might like have six coffees in one flask, and just neck it. And that's how it begins. But he never quite figures out or feels for anything else the same euphoria and happiness he felt when he bit into that mushroom. Yeah. So he's chasing that high in different other things, but never quite gets it. So he goes back to the mushroom, and then that's the gateway to bigger and much worse things.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, you're only ever chasing that first high. That's the problem with drug dependencies. That's it. Oh, moving.
Okay.
I'm interested in casting who's going to be the 21st century Mario on the big screen.
Ooh, good question.
I don't know why this person came to mind right away. Please ignore it, but I'm saying it anyway. But I thought Ryland. I don't know why.
Ryland.
I don't know. Maybe he can be Luigi.
Maybe.
He would fit as a Luigi more than a Mario. Yeah.
But originally, as we talked about earlier, they were going to cast Tom Hanks as Mario, and you think, how stupid is that?
Tom Hanks was supposed to be Luigi.
No, they had him. They wanted him as Mario, and you're like, what are you? Like, what are you talking about?
The early 90s. What was he like? 28.
He'd literally signed up as well. They just then said he'd had a few flops, and he wasn't bankable anymore. They said, and then the year that it was released, they released Philadelphia, and he got his Oscar.
Yeah. I mean, Bob Hoskins were hot off Who Framed Roger Rabbit, after, before this, so they were like, "Come on," Well, and his American accent, obviously, were like, "Jesus, that's good. That's good, Bob."
Dustin Hoffman turned it down because he'd done Hook and something else, and he was like, "I've done enough kids movies for now."
Yeah,
and Yeah. Oh, Hook's
He wanted to do it method as well, and they couldn't find him a dimension.
Yeah. They were like, we don't mind you being a plumber for 9 months, but I'm afraid. Yeah, definitely be a plumber.
Definitely going to go to that dimension.
We should do Hook, Chris. It's a great film.
Well, there is sequels and it's Peter Pan, though, isn't it? So it's a bit tricky. Unless you had to do a direct thing to Hook, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the prequel is quite clearly the book Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. That's the trouble with some of these. You can't do them because of that's the reason why we didn't do. It is, it's good. It's another masterpiece. Originally going to be a musical. Did you know that?
Did not.
It was going to be Spielberg's musical, and all the John Williams music has lyrics.
Oh, I feel like I need to listen to that. That would be great.
Yeah, great.
The score is cracking on that one as well.
Great score. Yeah. There you go. So,
and then dirty mermaids do a kiss on him when he falls in the sea. Cool.
And everybody wanted to be Rufio.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the fat lad. He's who I'm casting as Mario.
Thudbutts from is playing Mario.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's like life inspiration.
Do you know what? He was the happiest boy I've ever seen in my life. No matter what he was doing, he was delighted. That kid's living a great time.
They did have a Hook reunion not too long back, and all kids got together again. I will look for that online. Anyway,
Julia Roberts was invited.
No, they did not get along. Tinker Hell. That's what he dubbed her. Tinker Hell.
There's a also in Hook, you know the little scene on the bridge where Tinkerbell's carrying Peter off. She put some fairy dust in a couple.
The one with George Lucas and Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's what that is. It
was
I just spoiled it.
I know you did.
Sorry about that.
I knew.
Sorry about that.
I said on the bridge, and your eyes went, "Oh, I know this one." I've got to make sure people knew it. That I knew it before Ed said it.
Shuffle out of your window a bit.
Oh, dear me.
Shuffle out your window.
What I would really love to see is he shuffles out of his window that he appears in Chris's. And then he's like,
fucking Candyman, yeah.
We'll do some clever trickery next week with some green screens and stuff and make it all be good. Anyway, we better get back to this.
Hadn't we better?
We went on a Hook tangent then. It's a double ep, this.
Better than this one.
Double ep. Right then, Eddie, it's your turn. We got us questions, didn't we then, for Jade?
Yeah.
You did your questions. Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Right, I've got you a minute on the clock. You ready for this?
Yep. Yeah.
Your Requel, away you go.
My Requel I would like to see what the writers, producers, directors, what the people behind this film actually wanted to make. So I would have a Mario-less version of this with just all of the same, presumably very similar sets and costume design, and see what sort of knockoff Blade Runner dystopian cyberpunk thing they actually wanted to make, but instead had to crowbar some of the tiniest bits of information from a children's video game series in. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see the filmmakers set free of the Nintendo contract.
Okay. Cool. Right. Got that down. Okay. Questions for Eddie there. Jade and Nat.
So are you keeping the original crew?
I would ideally...
All of the original crew and writers?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you can keep the entire cast. You just change the characters, and that way you're not so bent on what the story would be and stuff. So yeah, I've got no problem with any of the people who existed in that world. I just want to know what it was they were trying to make. So,
if it becomes a massive clusterfuck of ideas again, like it did last time, and then the plot just goes ridiculous.
That's what I'm banking on, but yeah.
But what would it take for you to whistleblow and be like, actually, no, we've gone too far again, guys. Can we take a few steps back?
Murder,
Outside-
death.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the normal sort of real world legal ramifications of crimes, pretty much nothing. Whatever is depicted on that screen.
I do fear, though, Eddie, that might have been the same ethos that kickstarted it to begin with.
Well,
And
yeah, but
you got the film you got, so are you not doomed to repeat it?
well, I think that without having the only restraints, the creative restraint they had were forced on them by the company saying, well, we need to have a plumber from Earth called Mario and his brother Luigi and this, that, and the other. You can take that out. It can be more about the rebellion against a tyrannical, well, literally a tyrannical sort of guy. You know, you can have the lizard people thing. It could be more Ikey and less spiky. I don't know. that's my election slogan. More Ikey,
less spiky. Yeah, I like that.
So, I mean, potentially I am. However, if you've ever seen Apocalypto or Passion of the Christ, you'll know that you can get some very, very thrilling and revealing pieces of cinema out of people to whom you restrict nothing.
Like Mel Gibson's Super Mario Brothers is what you want there.
Not in so many words, but now you say it, that's a better version of mine. Yeah, maybe. But I want someone to literally have no one saying no to them to make the film that I think they wanted to. And we know
that's an unlimited budget as well. Like you give them all the money they need.
Yeah, make it rain. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
But I would demand that they keep the choreographed dance sequence to the cover of Love is the Drug by Roxy Music, because some things this film did very, very right.
Okay. Roberto's just offers us all some drugs, so yes, please. You got them in. We'd all love some. Yeah. What you got, Roberto? Yeah, mushrooms all round. Good. Be jumping for coins before the night is through. Mushroom. Right. Nat, have you got a question for Eddie?
It was kind of the budget thing, really. Like,
oh, yeah, still
unlimited budget. Yeah,
you
but he said
now,
that. Yeah.
You both have. So.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll move on to yours and Nat. The final one. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Let me get you the minute on the clock. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Away you go.
So picture this. It's just a black screen and a chair in the middle. And then one by one, every single person who is involved in the making of, writing of, and creating of this film walks on, sits down, and apologizes profusely for what they did, and then they walk off the other side. That's it. That's my equal. Yeah, I feel very strongly that that's what needs to happen now.
Sounds like an Andy Warhol film or something. I'm sort of interested.
It's just going to be a stream of sincere apologies for all the people who wasted the 2 and a bit hours of their life watching this awful movie.
It's never more than 2 hours, is it?
No, it's an hour and 45, I think.
But then there's a trauma afterwards. You spend at least 20 minutes with the trauma afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
There's a while up before you stop sweating and stuff. Yeah. I remember.
Right. Jed, do you have a question?
Yeah. I did. Will the apologies be genuine apologies, or will they contain things like, I'm sorry you felt that way?
Oh no, I want them to be genuine apologies, and they can express them however they want. Haikus, they can do it through interpretive dance.
Could you just now then perhaps just give me an example of what will be an apology?
Do Bob Hoskins for us. What would he say?
I think Bob Hoskins.
No, in his voice. Do it as him.
What was Bob Hoskins' voice like? I didn't watch it.
What was Bob Hoskins? Was it? Yeah, he sounded exactly like he did as Smee.
That's it. You nailed it.
Yeah.
I need to hear more of the apologies, so come on.
All right.
Let's have it.
Come on, Bob. What are you going to say? There's your chair.
Oh, sorry, Anya. Come on, Bob.
Tell us you're sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Apologise, Bob. Come on.
Okay.
You're in Mona Lisa, you maniac. How did you make this?
Oh, let's just get myself back in the zone. Okay, so I think he would probably not even be able to look in the screen. I think he would turn his chair around so he wasn't even looking us in the face because he's so ashamed of it.
Oh,
and
he wouldn't be like sitting backwards in the chair like he was sort of like a really hip English teacher who was going to tell you how Shakespeare is actually rap.
Yeah, no, he would turn his chair completely around because we don't deserve to even see him. That's how bad it is. And then he would sit there and he would just go something along the lines of, I think, like...
Oh, he'd find it funny, would he? Well, fuck him. Fuck Hoskins.
Come on, Bob. You can do it. Come on, Bob.
This film's made us bad people.
Whatever. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I know you do. I do.
Bob Hoskins.
Mr. Hoskins.
It's not funny. It's not funny, Bob.
No. Come on, Bob.
This is him sobbing. This is him sobbing. He's building up to it. He's so ashamed. He's just sobbing.
We're burning tape, Bob. Come on. Come on, Bob. We're burning tape. Come on, Bob.
You're going to have to save the shit in the edit, mate. I don't know what's going on.
I'm going to have to get tissue. Hang on.
I'm going to have to get a tissue. That's not
Oh, my God. Flipping it. I am absolutely crying.
Sometimes the trauma of watching this film hits you at different times, doesn't it? You're going to be in Aldi tomorrow, just break down in the vegetable aisle.
I'll be talking to somebody about a bath bomb and then I'll just go. Maybe I'll be talking to somebody about a bath bomb and then I'll start apologising to them as Bob Hoskins.
You'll sort of go, well, there's this red one or a green one. Red and green, red and green, red and green.
Oh my God, I'll get triggered. That's it now. Yeah.
There are dinosaur-shaped bath bombs, aren't there? Fuck, that's
it's like,
yes.
It's
we
like
do have a dinosaur-shaped bath bomb.
It's like in the actor's studio now. If Bob Hoskins was able to communicate now, what would he say? Come on. Are you going to do it?
What do you say?
I think he would say...
Bob, what is your favourite word?
Jesus. Okay.
I don't know if we're going to get our answer.
We're not going to get it. We're not going to get it. We'll maybe come back to it. Eddie, have you got a question? Or
I had a question, yes. It was a bit more simple and didn't require so much of Nat, so it'll probably be worthwhile. Will they be apologising in alphabetical order, in order of culpability? Like, if they just, were like the craft services, they were just feeding the crew. Obviously, they're far less responsible than say the writer or what have you. So will it be sort of like I'm the studio accountant, so I'm sorry I did my job that day and signed what my bosses told me to sign to fund them, and then eventually it gets up to Hoskins who'll just go bang. Oh,
I think culpability is the best way forward. I think we should start with the runners, the people who just got the coffee, and then move right up to your directors, your lead actors, and the writers. Yeah, definitely, and we should be allowed to throw things at the screen by that point as well. Yeah, I want it to be as interactive as possible.
So it'll be like in 4D.
Yeah, absolutely. Smell-o-vision, 4D,
nice.
All of that.
All right, okay, that's good enough for me. Right then, let's vote. It's time to vote. So I'm going to give you recaps here. Right then, the requels for Super Mario Brothers. We had Jade's, which was Mario's been living a happy life until his wife leaves him, accusing him of having a bit too simplistic. He doesn't do all other than goes to work. Mario's heartbroken. He gets hard into his work. He goes down a pipe with Luigi and he finds a mushroom which he bites. And then his world starts changing around him and basically goes on a massive trip. And he's massive, I've put.
And he's massive, yeah.
He rescues the pink princess. all the friends are there, Yoshi and everybody. There's all the enemies too. He finds a strength within himself and becomes a hero. Kisses the princess, and then he gets a massive slap, which jolts him awake by Luigi. And it turns out it was a bad drug trip, and he spends the rest of his life just on drugs until he dies.
Haven't we all?
Put it that way.
Wow.
I don't know why I found that last bit so funny. Oh dear. I'm just thinking about Bob Hoskins now doing all these scenes. Oh, right. Okay. Bob Hoskins' death scene as Mario. Right. Oh, no, you had Ryland cast as him as well, didn't you?
No, that was Luigi.
Oh, sorry.
Mario this time. It's that little.
Right. Okay. Oh, dear. Right. Eddie's was a Mario-less version. It was just going to let the filmmakers get set free, basically, and make whatever they wanted, see what scrapes they got into. Limitless budget.
Mario Brothers was what they clearly wanted Mario Brothers to be.
Yeah, instead of all the restrictions and everything. Okay, cool. Nats was literally a black screen with a chair then brought in, and then all the crew and cast apologized for the film one by one.
I'm so sorry what I did.
Who was that?
That was Bob Hoskins.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean nothing bad.
It's not Bob Hoskins. That is not Bob Hoskins. If you're watching this, and we do apologise for any impressions that not sounded like.
Always quick to apologise for everyone's impressions but his own.
You come in here, it looks like Lionel Richie, and you're apologising on behalf of all of us.
I won't even attempt to Bob Hoskins me. I can't do it. I won't attempt.
No, I can't. No.
Hey, Roger! That's my Bob. That's my Bob Hoskins, Roger Rabbit. Hey, Roger!
The only one I can do is
You mean to tell me you could have took your hand out of those cups at any time? No, not at any
not
time.
any time. Only when it was funny.
No, Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, I was being Edwin. I was being vaudevillian Edwin, actually.
Oh my
More
god.
fun. You might
Roger
recognise
Rabbit.
him.
Right,
From, Mary
let's
Poppins.
vote. Let's vote.
Fucking hell.
Right, okay. So vote online, and then we'll vote in here as well. Right then, what have we got? Okay. I'm going to vote for Jade's drug-induced mushroom adventure.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to vote for Jade as well.
You can't.
Hello, I'm Bob Hoskins, and wow, I'm going to vote. Wow, Bob Hoskins. Wow, I'm going to vote for Jade. Wow, Jade.
Jade's well. Clean sweep of the board there.
His demise like this. Even I don't support this.
Jade is actually going to have to make her own film where she sits and apologizes on a chair for an hour and a half. Basically, we're basically watching it now. She's going to be sat in her armchair going,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean nothing.
and then Ryland will have to come on and apologise for being in
Oh,
it.
God, he's sorry, yes, he's sorry.
I can't believe I've done that.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Have we got any votes? We don't get any votes online for this bit.
Yes, we do.
Oh, hang on. We do. Hang on.
No.
Vote for Cat. Nah. Is there a apology?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jade.
Jade doesn't count
Who are you
turbo.
voting for? Who are you voting for?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. It's getting close. Any more votes online? Any more votes? Last call for votes online. I'm going to close it. We're going to close the voting.
Sarah just voted.
Oh, Sarah, that's good because you won anyway, Jade. So that just confirms
Yeah,
it.
it
So
did, yeah.
I'll pop that up on the screen. There you go.
Nice.
Hey,
Cheers, Sarah.
thank you, Sarah. Lovely. So Jade's won that. Jade is the overall winner this evening with 2 rounds. So well done. Oh. Well done there, Jade.
Nice.
I hope you enjoyed it, and we'd love to have you back sometime if you want to come back and do another.
I would love to do this again. It's been a lot of fun, but obviously before. I think if I'm off now, what I need to do is go in the true tradition of how you leave this chat, which is like this.
We're not going yet. We haven't finished.
I'm going.
Come back. Come back.
Jade's won, so she doesn't need to join in the rest of this. She just needs to slide out.
Slide out. We'll all do a group slide at the end. We've nearly finished. And just leave it on live. We'll leave the live stream going with stuff. Just leave it, and then people will come on and go.
We can't because I leave washing in this room, and sometimes I walk and go like my kids what do you mean?
Ooh la la!
Oh, how did this happen again?
Right, let's right, we're going to go to our audience section now. We've had a couple of comments for this. So basically, we asked for, as we did Super Mario Brothers, video games you might have played when you were a youngster or whatever, or now, and we're going to have a look at what you've said. So we've got one here. Bob said, "Call of Duty Modern Daycare." So what do you think of that one? What do you reckon? So this is the movie, obviously, of that idea.
A lot. Well, presumably. Now this is just my pitch here, but the soldiers from the Call of Duty game commit dreadful war crimes, and to cover up this fact, they get sentenced. They get found guilty of lesser crimes, and they have to spend some time doing community service, whereby they're put in charge of a daycare, but they only know how to sort of go in with extreme prejudice, extract either information or goods or people, and then with sort of heavy helicopter fire. So it's like Mr. Nanny or any of those wonderful, hilarious sort of fish out of water type events. That's my theory on it.
Okay.
I'm assuming that there will be wrestlers cast in this then, as they usually are, like John Cena or The Rock or Hulk Hogan.
Any of those three probably are wrestlers. So yep.
The Rock's in everything, so stick him in it.
The Rock.
We've had Roberto again, not really getting the idea. Just put Sonic the Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog yet. It might be good.
I really enjoyed it, Eddie. I really fucking good.
I will eventually give it a go because
I'm looking at with a quote on back at box. Really fucking good.
Really fucking good, yeah.
You got to do in that accent though.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. You know, just browsing through stuff and you see something like that on back of a box. Really fucking good.
I'd like it if there's a little pull string and you pulled it and a little shitty recording of James Voice going, really fucking good. Just have a really crap speaker, all tinny.
Josh has said Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, so that's obviously the game he's played. Could you make a film of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
I think you can make a musical because some of the songs in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater are fucking jams, man.
Oh yeah. They were as much loved for their soundtracks as they were the gameplay and playing horse and other stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a sort of a punk rock musical.
Maybe it could be about. Do you remember? Well, it's more like my youth. This, but like there was a massive rivalry between the Chavs and the Moshers.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be about exploring that sort of noughties, like youth.
Like West Side Story vibe, but with Chavs and
like kids who were like.
Sorry, was this not explored in Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne?
Not properly, because she was.
I don't think she had an opportunity to really get her fingers in, did she? And she could just present us with an initial thought, but not.
Because instead of he was a punk, she did ballet. It would be he was a punk, she shoplifted from Primark.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like that. That's more the sort of meshing in it. Yeah. He hung out by the Corn Exchange.
Yeah.
Cool. We've got a few more here. We've got Roberto's clearly missed the thing.
I think Roberto has got the point and then taken the point and discarded it.
Just been naughty into Star Wars game for PlayStation for movie. I mean, Roberto, come on.
Attaboy.
Hang on, we
Although
got,
then he's chosen Dynamite Heady,
Dynamite
which is
Heady.
which is a real game from
Head
long ago.
explodes.
Yeah, it's literally a guy who has dynamite for a head. I mean, I assume that would like be a coming of age thing. We could use it as an analogy for puberty.
We got a follow up. Hang on from Josh.
Yeah.
My idea was it's like the wrestler. Tony's old now, but he's chasing the last big win. Sad mockumentary.
All right, I'm with you.
Oh,
Guy
right,
on
yeah.
his skateboard on a ramp. Then is this what we're
And
saying?
in fact, you probably could get Tony Hawk for that because he is in his 50s, but he still can skate. But he
Does his
could make it
skateboard
look
have
like
like
he
a
can't.
frame, like a Zimmer frame?
Yeah.
Exactly, wouldn't it?
Like
Yeah.
in Back to the Future one where he's got that thing on front of it, you know, and he pulls it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got exactly one of those.
Cool. All right, cool. I think that's all the audience suggestions for this week by the looks of it. We'll ignore Roberto's now. It's the best way. I'm terrified to hear that voice message he's left.
I want to wear it.
I don't know what that'll sound like. It'd be just him.
Can't be any worse.
If I just say, I kill you all, and then you probably just say that. It's me, Roberto. I kill you all, or something like that.
Anyway,
yeah, I'm behind you. And then
Eddie, you're doing it again. Where are you going?
Where you are?
Babe, move.
It can go in a minute because we're at the end of the show. So, right then, that's it for this week. First of all, thank you for watching on Facebook Live and leaving your comments. You've been lovely. Let's give them a round of applause for coming and watching us. Let's give our very special guest this evening, Jade Fernley, a round of applause. Thank you very much, Jade, for joining us. I'm the winner, yes.
Yeah.
You won these two. Eddie's just left.
Eddie's on.
Sore
Screw
loser.
you, Jade.
I was
John.
absolutely devastated. Yeah.
Let's before we go, is there anything anybody wants to plug? Jade, have you got anything to plug? Any online events or anything coming up you plug? What do you want to do? Do you want to say?
Remember when we had stuff to plug, Chris?
There'll be something to plug, surely. You not got? There must be. Are you on any more shows or have you got something coming up or anything you've been?
No, there's not actually that much to plug. Just follow me on the socials for any whimsical videos that I do because I'm constantly producing content.
What about Murder Inc? Mention that.
Murder Inc., the improvised murder mystery, is currently having a break whilst venues sort out the regulations for having theatre in their upstairs spaces. So we don't have a set date coming back yet, but you can go to the Facebook page, Murder Inc., the improvised murder mystery, and that'll keep you up to speed. But as I say, also follow me on socials at the Jade Fernley on Instagram and Jade Areno on Twitter, and you can keep abreast of all the stupid shit I'm putting out there in the meantime.
And they can see your sketch through the window.
Oh yeah, I've got a TV. Well, I've got an online show called "What's Going On Through the Window," which is a social commentary on how bored we've all been, bored enough to observe what's going on through the window. But it's been quite a big hit. So have a look and enjoy.
Very good, excellent. Nat, have you got anything to plug?
No, I have nothing to plug.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Yeah, literally.
Not even 50% off list.
Hey!
For the next 5 seconds. They've lost it. They had the 5 seconds in the step. Now, Eddie, have you got anything to plug?
Yes, Popped Culture every 2 weeks. So it's going to be a week on Wednesday, which is a panel show. I host Chris and Tom, who you might remember from this show and various other things. On me, team captains, and we have 2 guests, and I set them small challenges to improve the culture that we have to absorb now because we, for a long time, weren't allowed outside. And some of us are still scared of going outside because of scary stuff going on. And also IC News podcast and Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. They're both very entertaining and worth checking out as well.
Cool. Very good. Okay. Well, that's it from us this evening. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again next Sunday. Every Sunday we do this show every Sunday. Sorry, 8 o'clock. Eddie's shuffled out. So are we all going to do this? We're all going to attempt this. Right. You've been lovely. Thank you very much. We'll see you again. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.